The year was 1864, a pivotal year in the history of Nevada. Voters had just approved a new constitution. It had been telegraphed to Washington, and on October the 31st, 1864, President Abraham Lincoln had issued the proclamation welcoming Nevada to the Union. But 1864 was also an important year for a young lawyer from Wisconsin, James F. Lewis. In November, Lewis became one of the first 3 men elected as justices of the new Nevada Supreme Court. Then, by luck of the draw, Lewis became Nevada's first Chief Justice as well. Lewis could boast some prestigious colleagues: H.O. Beatty, 50 years of age and a longtime attorney in Sacramento, and there was C.M. Bronsman, also 50, a transplanted New Yorker, well known for his public speaking. Chief Justice Lewis, however, was the youngest. He was in his early 30s. As outlined in Nevada Constitution, the 3 justices were given terms of 2, 4, and 6 years, respectively. Lots would be drawn to determine the term length of each man. The justices drawing the short term, perhaps by way of compensation, automatically became Chief Justice. Lewis won the draw, winning the shortest term, but he also began presiding ironically over men 20 years his senior. As luck would have it, Nevada's new Chief Justice didn't have long to wait before his judicial abilities were tested. Just a short 7 months after his election, the justices were asked to strike down a new Nevada law. The law? It was perhaps one of the most unusual in state's history. It placed a $1 tax on every person leaving the state by rail, coach, or any other hired passenger vehicle. Each month, every business engaged in transporting passengers out of the state was required to pay the sheriff $1 for each passenger transported the previous month. Not surprisingly, the law was quickly challenged on the grounds that it was unconstitutional. But the challenge came not from a group of outraged citizens, but from a Mr. Crandall, an agent of the Pioneer Stage Company of Carson City. In April of 1865, Crandall had been required to state the number of passengers his company had carried, and he had refused. He was promptly jailed for contempt of court. Crandall fought back. Without hesitation, he referred the matter directly to the new Supreme Court. Crandall's attorney came armed. He insisted that the tax conflicted with the powers of Congress to regulate commerce. He argued that passengers taken out of state were exports, and therefore the tax ran afoul of the constitutional prohibition against state taxing of imports or exports. The case was not an easy one for young Justice Lewis. The legal issues were complex and troubling, and the case was politically sensitive as well. The law had become one of the first ever passed by Nevada's new state legislature. Justice Lewis could not take lightly the repercussions of striking down one of the newest laws of a sister branch of government. Then, too, it had been less than a year since Nevada's statehood. Should the court be flaunting the federal Constitution so soon after entering the Union? Justice Lewis issued a 16-page opinion, and it turned out to be a showpiece of scholarship and judicial diplomacy. He first acknowledged the difficulty of Crandall's position, stating, "We are aware that a great diversity of opinion has existed, and that some of the ablest judges who have ever graced the jurisprudence of our country have entertained opposite opinions upon it. And though it has often engaged the attention of the courts, it cannot be said to be free of doubt and uncertainty." Lewis then went on to cite early constitutional history as embodied in the writings of Alexander Hamilton. His opinion? The tax law would stand. But Crandall was not content to let the matter rest. He now appealed to the United States Supreme Court, and there Crandall was finally successful. The court ruled that citizens should be able to travel freely across state borders and declared the unpopular leaving tax unconstitutional. Whether the reversal of the Nevada Supreme Court's decision in the Crandall case came as a blow to the young Chief Justice is subject only to speculation. But it did nothing to dim his career. In 1866, Justice Lewis was reelected. In 1868, he once again served as Chief Justice upon the resignation of Justice Beatty. Justice Lewis, one of the youngest justices in Nevada's history, was also proved to be one of the most illustrious.